Well, good morning. Apparently, there's been a major update. I just got the update done on my Xbox here. It was 13 point something gigabytes, pretty big, basically replacing the whole game. So if you're just now getting it and you have a lower speed internet, just know it's going to take a little while for it to do. I have a pretty high speed internet, and it still took about some goodly time, about a half hour or an hour on my end. So just know it's gonna take a little while. Apparently, it's got an expedition to go with it. I'm just gonna be going in, and I'm not gonna be doing the expedition right away because I kind of want to see how things fall out for a bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and press A here, and I'm gonna go into play game. And you can see that when the waypoint came out, I had waypoint. I did a waypoint test, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. I don't know how many saves I have at this point. I have to give one up later so I can play. But we're just going to go ahead and start a new game, and just take a look at it. It's got Utopia Expedition available. The time remaining is 6 weeks. Now I gotta say that when they say 6 weeks, what they mean is 5 days per week, as far as I could tell, because I have noticed that No Man's Sky will time us out a little early every single time, at least for the Xbox. I don't know about everybody else, but for the Xbox. Ooh, oh, this is new. We've got we've got options and patch notes. Previous to this, there used to only be one screen, and it would tell you, hooray, we've had some sort of update. But let's see, we've got patch notes. Let's take a look at that. And this is what it used to look like all the time. And this basically tells us that there's No Man's Sky brings a vast array of new features, etc., and so on. If you want to read those features, you could just go online at noman'ssky.com, and it'll tell you what the features are. Says we're going to have a unique new starship. That's a Utopia speeder that I think is going to be associated with the expedition, which they say we've got a new expedition called Utopia, which introduces the Utopia Foundation and challenges players to work together and rebuild a solar system. So it sounds like it's kind of a multiplayer thing. We got the Wonders catalog, capturing your most incredible discoveries to compare with other travelers. We got the game options that are accessible from the start screen. So we'll take a look at those. And then we've got new content from the Fearsome Visor, Robotic Companion, and much more. That's probably also in the expedition. So they're very excited about this. I read their little news thing, and they're very excited about this. And it looks like they're going to be having more updates over the course of the year, so we have a lot to look forward to. Alright, let's take a look at the options, what they're giving us. Oh, okay, so it's just like the options that we see when we used to go into the game, but it's just giving it to us at the front here. So we could set our audio settings and our temperature gauge and our visual settings just like before. It's a little bit larger, so it's easier to see, because instead of taking up I guess it's taking up a little more screen. Of course, some of this may be because I already had it set a little larger. I am not going to be setting it to auto because I have reasons for my settings. So I'm going to leave it as is. But I'm definitely keeping the HUD enabled. I've seen our other players play without the HUD, and I have made that decision. Okay, on the Xbox, we don't get a whole lot of display kind of thing, so we can determine the frame rate and the motion blur, but that's about it. The network, currently I have everything disabled from multiplayer to speech to text. Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, I guess speech to text would be if I were playing with my headphones on, then technically it would create a chat for me. Well, that's kind of cool. Translate text, I guess, as if there's different locales, people talking from different places. So that's also very cool. And of course, voice chat is if you've got your headphones on, you can talk to each other. So neat. You know, it didn't say how many languages it translates from, but I imagine quite a few, you know, so. Well, okay, we'll take a look. Just a second. Let me go back to network here. And we'll enable it. It does not say. It does not tell us. It just says it's enabled. Well, I know. I did. You know. Yeah. Yeah. It just says a lot. So okay. Alright, so, accessibility. Oh, here's why it's a little large. I've got mine set for 140, just it's easier for me to see, because I wear glasses, you know. So, let's see. Enlarge UI text disabled. Let's see what happens. That is, yeah, I have enabled it to see what that's going to look like. Flash to white transition enabled. Galaxy map color filters default, which is fine because I'm okay with that. Hazard effects are at 100%, which I guess that's kind of like where you see the oxygen plants throwing out all that gas and stuff, so it's easier to find stuff. Hold to confirm enabled. Analysis visor enabled. Vibration strength. I've got it at 50% because when it's 100%, while it feels great on the hand, it can make it hard for me to hold the remote control. But I'm going to go ahead and apply the enlarged UI text to see what happens. Alright, we're going to come back. Alright, camera. I'm just going to leave everything alone, like I always do, because I don't know enough to be able to play with the camera just yet. I may pick a day and try it, but, yeah. I'm just going to say it's here. Here's the camera. Right. Control, look sensitivity, that I think is basically, allows the direction of things with the remote, you know. Oh, yeah, it might be that visual patch that came in, so, yeah. It might be, yeah, a lot more related to that virtual reality stuff, yeah, so, like, this is also stuff I'm probably just gonna leave alone, and just, yeah. Alright, let's see, and then view credits. Basically, it just tells you everyone who's worked on this. And again, if you look at this, this is such a small team, and look at everything that they've done for us. I mean, really. From the music to the development, just, it's really quite amazing, the stuff that they've accomplished with such a small team, so. Alright, well, cool, that's the option, and I love that we can see it right up front. Wow, that is a little bit bigger. The game, that is so much easier to read. Although, I gotta say, some of the text here, like we're missing the hours here. But that's fine. Yeah, I can work with it. I'm gonna go to new game. Now you know, we're gonna play a normal game, okay? Because we can always change it over to relaxed or creative later if we want to. And this is just to kind of see what's going on. Yeah, they do. They have new pictures, and the colors are kind of cool too. Just there's normal, relaxed, creative, community expedition. I am excited about that. Custom and survival. We're not gonna play survival. All right, here we go. Into normal. Yeah, we're just looking right now. We just kind of want to see what it looks like and what it feels like. Now we're coming in and we see the stars, and I admit I love this part. I do. You can use your right toggle to kind of look around the stars as you're moving, which is kind of fun. You don't actually move much, I think, but it gives you a chance to kind of read the planet name. And the thing to keep in mind is, well, it's the star system names. I mean, the thing to keep in mind is, as you look at those star names, is those are all real names. Those are names of systems that you may or may not encounter along the way, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, it's just neat. All right, we got the varying system colors. It turns out all these colors mean something about the type of system that they are and what to expect when you encounter them. Now, if you ask me what they are, I don't know. I just know that they mean something. and that they're pretty, you know. But it is something that can be looked up online. And there's a lot of stuff that I've played No Man's Sky a really long time, but that I don't actually know about, but I just know it's there. I was talking with Mom a couple weeks ago about, we were talking about the cooking aspect and about how we really enjoyed one of the expeditions where we had to, you know, try and cook things. And the realization that there's so many recipes that we don't know, you know. And so one of our things is that we're going to try and figure out those recipes at some point. Oh, yeah. So Captain Steve apparently has a whole bunch of cooking videos. Yeah, if you're interested. All right, so I'm gonna begin initialization. Here we go. We're pressing X. Back in the day, you didn't know how to turn this on. You had to. I mean, it just sat there and blinked at you forever until you finally figured, well, I'm gonna try and press a button. There's. Thank goodness for the internet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Geokinetic system online.
Alright, we're coming online here. Now because I was gonna say, because we're starting out normal, it's not gonna be as hard as if we were playing hard. But we are, it looks like, in the middle of nowhere. Might be hot, I can't really tell. I know, not quite this way. It looks like we're coming out in the dark or semi-nighttime. It's a scorched planet. Sunny weather, attentive sentinels, flora is rich, fauna is typical. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, it is warm, but I got a cave right here, so I'm just gonna go walk right into it. Hazardous levels of heat detected. Well, that's nice.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
There we go. Alright, so environment status is hostile, hazard protection is failing. Says it recommends that we scan. Use your scanner to locate resources. Select scanner repair mission in the log. Alright. Well, it's kind of technically, you know, there for us anyway. So it gives us a list of things to try. Test the scanner, gather ferrite dust for repairs. Repair scanner damage, scan the location of sodium, and recharge the hazard protection. Well, we've already recharged the hazard protection, but it says no analysis visor installed. So we're going to take a moment and press our button to see if things look the way they should. They do. I need 75 ferrite dust, so we're going to end up going back out to shoot some ferrite dust. But at least now our hazard protection is up. Let me see if that's unidentified ferrite mineral. Well, it's right here, so I can go ahead and grab it. Ooh, there's a lot of little animals, so I have things to look forward to for standing there. That's cool. This is the most bare minimum I've seen. I mean, at the start of something. We're gonna go ahead and grab some carbon while we're at it. I need 75. Yeah. I'm gonna leave one of these here so I can identify it just in... It looks like what's going on is we're probably on like the side of a mountain here. A lot of times these smaller rocks show up on the side of a mountain. Okay, so it says repair your scanner. So let's do that. I'm gonna go into the scanner. I'm gonna click on it. Repair it.
Component repaired.
Awesome. So now I can scan around and it'll show me various resources that are around this place. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go grab some of these resources. Whew.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah. Yeah, well that first scanner does scan, you know, but right.
Technology
Right.
recharging.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this sodium. I'm gonna use some of it because I gotta follow the little quest it's given, you know.
Signal detected.
And so now it's saying there's a distress signal, which is nice. Okay, let's see if I can sneak up on this. Ooh, I can. I got at least one of these. Just a second. Back it up, let it flow. Alright, so I've got it.
Thermal protection.
And I'm gonna go ahead, because it's a danger to me, I'm gonna go ahead. It says no analysis visor installed, so I can't scan it for money yet. Yeah, I'm getting oxygen. Ooh, sweet root! Yes, I will take that, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go back in the cave real quick. Let's see if it'll let me scan the... Oh, sorry. I am so sorry, animal. I shot an animal. I did not mean to. Oh, I feel bad. Poor little thing. Alright. My bad. There's a hazardous plant over here. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't plan on saving any of it really because we got me. All right, I'm putting the analysis visor in because yeah. I miss it tremendously. I use the analysis visor. Okay, I need more carbon than I've got. Let's see if, because all of these little plants here are carbon, so I'm going to go ahead and get some. I like to, when I first start out, get that analysis visor as quick as possible because it lets you scan, it's free, it's essentially free money, and it kind of helps you understand what's going on in your area, I think, to have it. Ooh, that is a lot of carbon from these little plants. Alright, so, okay. I gotta mention, this is just so you know, as my viewer, I do tend to press my buttons in the wrong order. It's just one of those things. I try to be careful, but I get in a hurry, and it comes back to the skill sets that I have as regarding my remote. All right. We now have a scanner. Ah, hallelujah. There we go. That's something. That's something. Awesome. And we're gonna get some cobalt while we're in here.
Technology recharge.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot better now. Yeah. Now it kind of scans automatically, and I see that we got an emergency signal it wants to tell me about. Let's take a look at this. And signal source is 573 units away, which now we know and can know, so that's good. I'm gonna keep getting some of the stuff along the way as we go. Well, let's take a look. So if I go in and I go into my exosuit, the recipes that I have available to me, I can make carbon nanotubes, I can make launch fuel, I can make a warp cell. Wow, okay. I make an ion battery, I can make life gel, I can make dihydrogen jelly, metal plating, ammunition, and that looks like that's all the basics right now. Well, I can now because I've got the cobalt and the iron now, so yeah, so I'm gonna make a couple of those, I guess. And it's not, it doesn't look like it's too expensive, really. I have made 4 of these. Okay, I got 5 ion batteries now, and I guess I don't know that I can make the life support gel just yet, but I'll check, here in just a moment. I need to get more ferrite dust is what I need, but I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm just right here. I'm getting as much of this carbon as I can, because it's a lot of carbon for such a small. I still feel bad about that little animal. I love those little jumpy belly, jelly things. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I don't know if I have enough oxygen for it. Oh, I do. Yeah, let's do that. We'll put the oxygen recycler in. It takes 60 oxygen to put in the oxygen recycler. It is totally worth it when you're starting out if you can do it. Just do it as quickly as you can. Because it just adds a little protection. Yes, yeah, that is a good way of putting that. If you're clumsy in your buttons, it does really legit help. There's an unknown building not too far from here. We've got of course the plane, but it might be worth looking to see what the unknown building is real quick. And if we can see it from up here, let me scan the rocks real quick. We are obviously on a mountainside. That's usually the only reason there's not a lot of flora, especially when it says it has plenty. So take a look. Oh, it's a holographic. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the ship before I come over here, and I will tell you why. Because it might send us there for supplies, and if it doesn't, we'll at least know it's there to go to. Yeah, it has the little huts there, so it's well worth. Yeah. I'll save those little huts for in case it sends us over. But if it doesn't, then I'll go get it for the nanites. Since it does not look like I'm too terribly far away from my starting point here. Anyway. And as long as I don't highlight anything else, I'll be able to find that. As long as I don't highlight anything else, I'll be able to find it, you know? I do not yet have the terraforming. Ooh, let's get this. For a minute there, when we first got on, I honestly thought we were on a barren planet, I'll tell you. Now I know we're not. I mean, you know, we're starting to see some of the flora here, and it's you know, looking a little bit better, but wow, for a little bit, I was like, oh my goodness. Let's get carbon and oxygen. Let's see, how about here? That's the same thing. Unidentified carbon and ferrite, pure ferrite. Alright, let's keep going. Walking, we're walking. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard because right now you're trying to download the game and watch this, so of course it's going to balance it that way. That makes sense. And I suppose really we want the download for far more. I'm just saying. I'll see. Yeah, let me see what these yellow squares if they will scan. They're just decorations. They're not actual rock or whatever. Oh yeah, little tiny. This planet has little tiny animals. My goodness. I mean, I'm just saying. I think that might be a... Well, I can't tell, but it's far enough I just can't tell what it is. But here's my ship! Yay! Same old, same old. Looks exactly like our usual ships when you first start out. It's the radiant pillar on fire. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get our little signal thing out of the way. This we're doing alright. Iteration number something. Boundary separation failure likely. And vessel was emptied. Deliberate transfer. Analysis fresh iteration generated. Huzzah! I'm gonna go ahead and broadcast and traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position log, system integrity scan initialized. Awesome. Alright. Well, I have successfully communicated with whatever I communicated with. And we're going to come over here. I'm going to jump into the pillar. Now, the reason I'm not going to the damaged machinery right there is because I think it gets used for something, so I'm just leave that one alone. Alright, so we're going to come in, and it says we're online, and it says connection, and intermittent, and launch thrusters. Oh dear, offline. Post engine offline. So, and basically here, I'm not going to read it all, but basically it says it's all the start messages. And I'm just going to flash forward through it because I've done this so many times. Sorry. Now, if you want to hear me read this stuff, just let me know in the comments and I'll post it. I'll start doing that, but if not, then we won't worry about it. Pair ship systems. Now, I should mention, I cannot read comments right now. I'm using the Xbox. There's no way for me to even look at it. But I can look at it later when I look at the Twitch commentary or on YouTube when I post it to YouTube. Okay, so it says we need a hermetic seal and metal plating. Now, I know I can make the metal plating, but I know also that I'm going to have to look for the hermetic seal. Yeah, I know. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is take a moment. Let's do the metal plating. I need more ferrite dust. Alright. Oops. Let me get out of the ship. This is my first official save, because you jump into and out of a ship to save. And it's saying you need metal plating, hermetic seal. So let's start with finding some ferrite dust. Sure ferrite. Sure ferrite. Oh, it's one of those planets. Regular ferrite is going to be a little hard to find. Or they're all the tiny rocks, you know. That's okay. Alright, we found one. There we go. Ooh, ferrite dust and sodium. I'll take that. There's a ferrite dust and sodium rock. And then there's ferrite dust and there's a ferrite dust tiny rock. And then I thought I saw a ferrite dust and oxygen rock, but ooh, there's another tiny rock over here. It gives me some. No. The problem with tiny rocks is they're tiny, you know. Alright, let me see if I can craft a metal plating yet. Alright. Oh, because I'm too far from the starship. There we go. Ah, metal plating. We got it. Sweet. Alright, you're gonna walk down. Walk back down. When you're first starting in the game, if you're a certain distance away from the ship, you cannot make changes to it. You have to be fairly close to the ship to make those changes. And I could probably make changes now, but yeah, that's something of which to be aware. Alright, we're putting the metal plating in. Awesome. I'm gonna jump in here. Unable to synthesize required components. Requires hermetic seal. I'm gonna request assistance. It says it's nearby. Alright, so I'm gonna press B. Oh, okay. I'm gonna walk to the round ball again. Let's see, it contains the planetary chart. Okay, so here's the thing about this planetary chart. Once I send it off, it's going to send me towards the building. You know, at that building, I will find the hermetic seal. But I have to get there before the storm starts, or I have to wait it out until after the storm, because reasons. It's going to be a storm, you know? So, here we go. We're going into the planetary chart. So far, everything is looking pretty normal. The UI, you know, has helped to, it has helped as a little larger, you know, being able to see it, you know, so that's not been too bad at all. Alright, here we go. We're gonna put a little pep in our step here for a bit. The only problem with the sprint, okay, is that early game sprints are paltry. And so you kind of got to balance between sprinting and flying to get that speed going. Now the guys, and I mean this with all affection, they can sit there and they can somehow punch their way into high speeds. God bless, that is not my skill set, you know. But I have to express I am absolutely impressed with the fact that they can do that. I just have to kind of do it the hard way.
Weather warning.
Yep, here comes that weather thing that we were talking about. I do have sodium. I got sodium, I got ion batteries, we're good to go. I don't have the life support set up yet, but I'm alright on life support. We're doing okay. We got plenty here. You know, this might be a little bit of a barren planet, maybe. I'm just saying. I mean, it can't be entirely barren, right? Because seek shelter in caves. Yes, I know. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Technology recharge. Technology
There we go.
recharge.
Well, I don't have a cave, but what I have is sodium, so I just put some sodium in. We're alright. That is something to mention, that if you can grab it along the way, and. You know. Here we go. Well, not too bad. That wasn't too bad a run. No, it wasn't. So that'll give us another place to go. Yes. Awesome. Well, we made it in. I'm going to grab this navigation data while we're here. Go to the Holo Archive, where it gives us the recipe. Hermetic seal. Awesome. And what's interesting, it gives us the recipe and the seal, so we don't have to make it once we find it. So that's actually very helpful. Alright. Oh, it is still very stormy outside. So I'm going to go right back in. Yeah, there was. I'm going to spin a chair first. Well, that's what I was going to do, is take a moment and see what I need to make the life support gel. The hydrogen jelly. Let's see, I think we're going to go ahead and make another one. Just make 2. Alright, yeah. And then I can make 2 of these. There we go. So now I can, I got 50% on the life support. I know the guys like to let it get down to the nubbins, but we're on normal, we're not on survival, so I don't feel like I have to, you know, reserve strength or anything here. Alright, I'm going to check out the other building and see what's going on here. It does look like the storm is done, so that's nice. Yeah, it's just a building, not much in here at all. So. But there was damaged machinery over here. Wow, okay, look, they have changed it. There's fire at the top of the damaged machinery now. Yeah. It looks a little more hazardous, so that is something. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the goop. I might or might not use it. I might end up chucking it later, but you could turn that goop into nanites eventually. And we definitely got some nanites from doing that, so that's nice. There's one of those tiny animals. Cool.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head back to the ship. I don't. Let's take a look. Usually we get the terrain manipulator just before we have to do the pure ferrite, I think. But we'll check. I'm gonna go to the multi-tool, see what we got. No, we got the bolt caster and we got the shield. I mean, I'm gonna wait on trying to do either of those. Because the mining tool will do the job, you know. And I'm not out to like fight any sentinels or anything right now, so. I'll check. Yes. It says to locate the ship, which of course that's what I'm doing. If you're starting out, if you're wondering where is my ship, you can see that there's an icon here. It's a little bigger, so that's a good reason to make your HUD a little bigger, especially if you're looking on a smaller screen. But it does have an icon that's in the shape of the ship that you can follow. Now, if we were on survival, I'd be doing a lot more running and gathering more than standing and gathering. Basically because survival is tough. You just gotta be moving and grabbing stuff on the go until you can find some shelter. Let's see if there's anything I can scan. Alright, okay so far. Awesome! That's actually kind of great. Well, I mean, considering how long we thought it would take, but I think you're... Yeah, yeah. Yep. Now, rusted metal, I'm keeping the rusted metal because I can turn that into ferrite dust once I have the refiner. I'll probably get the refiner when I have to do the pure ferrite because I don't have the terrain manipulator yet or the ability to do. Let's see. It is in my build mode stuff, yes. What is made it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, yeah, if I'd have looked earlier, I could have, yeah, could have made the refiner and started it and had the pure ferrite waiting for me when I came back. Yep. Alright, so you can scan like these common flowers here. I think, if it'll let you, maybe not. Let's try this. There we go. I just was angled wrong. But like the sodium and the this kind of stuff here, you can scan that just like you scan the other plants, and it's a great way of getting a little extra money. It doesn't necessarily count towards the planet's plant foliage situation. It doesn't necessarily not count, but yeah, it's a good way of getting a little bit of extra cash and having something on hand later. And then when you get up to the space station, you can get modules, and those modules make such a difference, you know, in the amount that you get for scanning. But when you're starting out, go ahead and scan everything you can. I'm gonna go jump in the ship and get my hazard protection up. And then we will make the refiner and all that good stuff. Alright, let's fix the pulse engine since we have the hermetic seal. There we go. Awesome. So now all we need is the pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. I may have to go back and shoot some more dihydrogen for that. Alright, cool. So, first things first, make portable refiner. Bang. Now the portable refiner, what's nice about it is you can make all sorts of different things with it. And we're going to start by taking all this ferrite dust and just making the pure ferrite. And then I'm going to take a look, see how much, if I can make it to hydrogen jelly. I can. Nice, that solves that problem. And then I think, while I am here, I'm going to scan these two little predators that are out here. And then see if there's like a cave to go in.
Protection falling.
Just to see if I could get some more cobalt, maybe. And the answer is no, there's not a cave there. Alright. I guess that was mama predator and baby predators. It says they're gentle though. So I guess I was assuming they were predators, but they're not. They are gentle critters. That'll teach me to assume. I said that'll teach me to assume based on features there. It's like saying they have teeth, but they're not gonna bite you with it. No more cobalt, and what's this? Is that a... No, that's just a feature.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
And the cave marrow. Now if you're really needing sodium and you can't find any sodium anywhere, look for a cave. Caves usually always have marrow in them, and it's generally a good place to, you know, get some if you need it. You just have to have your personal refiner, and as you've seen, it doesn't take much to make a personal refiner. So that's a good way to supplement your situation if you need to. And I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to try and get a bunch of cobalt before I go upstairs. In fact, I plan on still kind of wandering around for a while. Well, let me rephrase this. If I were to continue this game, what I'd do is wander around. I'd go back to that holographic tower and go into the huts there, the survival huts, get the nanites out of there, and basically wander this area for a little while to gather resources. And that way I'd have things to sell when I hit the space station or wherever whenever I hit the next trade center or whatever. It's good to have things on hand to sell because, you know, in this game, you do need units to buy materials and resources, so yeah. Well, so far, I mean, I know that like the damaged machinery was the first big visual change that I've seen. Ooh, is that a humming sack? It is. Let's take a look. Come on, album and pearl. Oh, it didn't really open the whole humming sack. Did you see that? Huh. Okay. That was interesting. Oh, I got the pearl. It just didn't open up the, you know, the humming sack like it normally does. And I don't know if that's just an animation issue because it was on the side of the mountain or what, but yeah.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright, I'm going to grab this pure ferrite here, and I'm going to take a moment while I am here to do this, because we have plenty of power still in there. And I'm just going to, since we know we probably don't need this now, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and just sort of dig for resources. You know, I didn't look. I'll check and see, because you're right. Normally there is. Right, but yeah, normally there's like 4 plants of oxygen around somewhere. And basically that's so you have what you need close by to start out. And you know what's funny is I'm kind of not seeing that. Of course, it could be that I'm just not seeing it because of we've got this red grass that's just right here. Alright, time to do the scan. There they are. So the 4 oxygen plants are here. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, the animations have changed a little, because I popped all those, and what I noticed is the plant is still there, so it's visually you don't really see it popping. I don't know if that's the new normal, or if that's just, you know, something weird going on. But that's okay. All right, man, that ferrite dust made a lot of ferrite. 95 becomes 190 ferrite. That's not too shabby, I think. So, friends, if you are suffering from a lack of ferrite on the planet, use that rusted metal to get you some. Kind of take a look and see if I've missed out on any. No. Alright, now I'm going into discoveries now to kind of look at what I have discovered so far. I've got 10 flora, and there's probably way more flora to discover. But technically I can rename and upload it, or I can just upload it and I can get nanite clusters for it by doing that. And then same thing for the animal. I'm gonna wait on this because I'm 2 away. We got 1 that's flying, uncommon diurnal, which means it's during the day, and then we got 1 that's rare, always active on the ground. So just basically I can keep an eye out and it might show up, say like right there, there's the active on the ground. Now this planet, I cannot tell when it's night or day, except that the sun is out. So I'm just gonna have to do more looking up. But I'm 1 away from getting those extra nanites. So I'm one away from getting those extra nanites for the animal, so... it's not nighttime. Oh, those are just... oh, look at that. Oh, there we are. Looks like the freighters are floating by there. Got some people on a mission over there. Alright, I'm gonna head to the unknown building, like, because we have it highlighted, and go get those nanites. We shouldn't have any more storms until I have to build something. So let's go to the unknown building, get the nanites, and come back to the ship. And then I'm afraid that's probably where I'm going to have to leave it, because I've got things I'm going to need to do here in just a moment. That's kind of a different shape. I don't think I've seen that shape before.
Protection falling.
Okay, alright. I have appreciated that now they do the, you know, they let you know if it's a spam risk, and so you can just ignore the call. That I have come to appreciate a lot. Ooh, heploid, we'll take that, thank you. Alright, so like the sweet root and the heploid root, like this gives me 10% hazard protection, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat that. And it's basically, if you can't find sodium, look for your food, because the food will give you hazard protection just as well. There we go. Yeah, there's some sort of animation issue going on, because normally, like, it stayed at 61%, normally it counts at 61%. So there are a little bug. There's some little tiny bugs going on in the game, but nothing terrible. It's just animation things so far.
Thermal protection falling.
If it will also be fuzzy on the, yeah. You know, technically my ship is repaired. Yeah, if I have the navigation data, which I thought I grabbed some, but you know, I must have gotten nanites instead. Yes, yes. Yes. So we're gonna try and bring the ship over. Check it out. Ta-da. So if you get, like, when you're searching around, if you'll hit this save point here, it will give you that navigation data you need to land your ship. So fun to know, right? Alright, so save this. Oh, there's some nanites over here. Thank you. And then navigation data here. And this seems like a good place to stop, I think, for the evening. Or the morning. It's evening here, but morning in... Yeah, there's actually it's more than a possibility. It's a probability I won't continue. This may be the one that I give up so I can play the expedition later. But I'm really glad we came in, because you could definitely see there are differences, you know, and yeah, look at all these jelly babies. Look at all of them. My goodness. Alright. Yes. That is a lot of fun. Alright, I'm jumping in and jumping out just because it's a habit for the save. And we're going to call it good here, and thank you for watching. I hope it was enjoyable. And at least, yeah. I hope it was fun. Alright, quit to the title screen. Yes, yes we are. And then I'm going in, and we're going to go turn off the live stream. Is that? And bye-bye, everyone.